I know I'm early again. I'm so sorry. I still have a lot of studying to do and I'm just going to get it done. I'm going to get this done. First of all, hello. I'm not going to, um, actually, before I continue, I just want to make sure that I have my, I don't have my AirPods connected. Bruh. So unprofesh. Okay. So what I'm not going to do is is uh oh my god, Marky Rizzo, what's up? Hi. Hey, you wanna see something dope? You live in Florida. You know about the sun. I, though being from Texas, apparently do not know about the sun. And so look what I did today. You know why? You know why I wasn't prepared? You know why I didn't understand? You know why this happened? Because it's fucking February. Okay? These are the winter months. This isn't supposed to happen. But the really funny part is that this happens most years. I'm like, it's February. It's fine. The sun is still really far. I don't understand astronomy. I'm not a scientist. So sometimes my daughter will go, I'm a scientist. She'll be like, this bath bomb, something about a bath bomb, or like anything, grass, whatever. And then she'll be like, I'm a scientist. And she's 100% serious. And I'm like, yes, you are. You are a scientist. Anyway, hello. So I'm sunburned. It's fine. Beautiful day here in gorgeous, sunny North Texas. So what I'm not going to do in this live stream is repeat everything I said last time. So if you are interested in doing a 7-day fast, please go back and watch the live stream that I did like 2 days ago, Thursday or something. And I talk extensively about how to prepare and what you should eat and not eat. So basically, this is going to be short, and I'm just going to talk about what I've started. I'm going to give a couple of tips that I want to reiterate and my idea of my calendar for the rest of the month. Now, if you are a Patreon member, then you have been able to download a principal PDF with a fasting calendar that's basically like it has the 7 days in there and also like a suggestion of what to do afterwards, which is basically rolling 72s. But you don't have to do that. It's just a suggestion. You also can do what I'm going to do, which I'm about to tell you about. So this, by the way, is coffee. It's decaf. It has what's in here? A little bit of heavy cream and some MCT oil. If you go on Amazon and you get yourself one of those little $10 milk frother battery powered, and you put the MCT oil in the bottom of your cup and you pour in a little bit of heavy cream, like a little bit, and a little bit of hot coffee, and then you froth it up, it will emulsify the oil. So if you're like, hey, I really like the idea of having, some MCT oil, Laura, hi, in my coffee, but I don't know. I don't really like the idea of drinking oily coffee. It is super gross, but I also don't want to have to blend a whole batch. Like that's a pain in the ass, dragging your blender out in the morning and like then having to clean it. I'm not all about that. So this is a really good solution because it just kind of emulsifies, it froths up and blends the oil. So you're not drinking oily coffee. Now, if you're wondering why would I want to put oil in my coffee? Well, because MCT oil, which stands for medium chain triglyceride and is usually made from it's super refined coconut oil, is a very rich source of fat for ketones. So in other words, the idea is that you're giving your body this pure fat fuel source. And so it kind of catapults you into ketosis. Now, we talk about this a lot, which is that just because you're in ketosis, in other words, you are spilling ketones, your body is running on ketones, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are losing weight. You could be taking in I don't know, nothing but fat, a whole bunch of pure fat every day. You're just drinking coconut oil all day and you're consuming too much fat to ever get around to burning your body fat. You could still be in ketosis. So do you see the difference? Like eventually you want to burn your own fat. So don't drink MCT oil by like don't guzzle it all day. But if you put a little bit of it in your coffee in the morning, what it will do is it will give your brain and your body some like fast ketogenic fuel and it will make you feel full and you won't get as hungry. So it's just like a little workaround if you are feeling hungry. I pretty much have it every morning. I mentioned this last time. I also will do a cup of coffee with acacia fiber because it's just really filling. And I recommend that too. I ran out. So be careful with the MCT oil, especially if you also mix it with a little bit of butter, which is fine. Um, because if you're not used to it, it might make you poop your pants. That might be an exaggeration, but it will have a digestive effect, or it can. It can. It's pure fat, just like it's very lubricating to the intestines. So, anyway, what I am doing is I am going to attempt back to back 7-day fasts. I would really like to start lifting again, but before I start lifting, I would like to cut. I really want to do like a hard cut and then a hard bulk. I'm really looking forward to getting back under the barbell. It has been several months. Those of you who follow this channel and have been paying attention know that I quit lifting in July, 2 days before I went in for a hysterectomy due to like just a lot of severe problems related to endometriosis and other stuff. And I wasn't like I legit thought that I would be back under the barbell in 4 to 8 weeks. And instead, my life got destroyed by that surgery. I had a lot of complications, none of them life threatening or anything. It was just more like a lot of, hello, Gwendolyn, a lot of pain. And I got a really bad kidney infection. I had a hematoma, an internal hematoma, and then I had bladder and bowel spasms for like a long time and just a lot of pain. And it really has not completely resolved if I'm keeping it real. But I mean it's mostly fine. But so what I really want to do is get back under the barbell. Like I'm itching. I am so excited to get back under the barbell, but I want to cut first because if I go in at my current weight under a barbell and I start gaining, bruh, it's gonna be real. I'm gonna get real big. So I'm not trying to do that. I gain muscle like I have a PhD in it, like real good at gaining muscle. I'm just really good at gaining weight. Like you need me to gain 26 pounds by Tuesday. I literally could do that. No problem. Losing weight is another story. So I want to talk about something really quickly that's more like some deep shit. But I feel like it needs to be said because I got this email and I'm not going to go into detail about it, but it really brought up some things that I've been thinking about when it comes to how do I justify being in the space, even in my small little channel of talking about weight loss, considering that I am a feminist and I feel that diet culture is really harmful and that women are made to feel bad about themselves and it's very shitty and it sucks. So like how do I justify that? And so I had an interesting conversation and I just wanted to share it with you and I'll keep it brief. But what I want to say is this, like, do I feel like it is that diet culture is extremely problematic and harmful? And do I feel like crazy expectations are placed on women and it's a double standard and it's not fair and men don't have it anywhere near as badly? Yes, I feel all of that. And no, I don't want to perpetuate any harmful, like, I don't want to perpetuate self loathing. I don't want women to watch my channel and hate themselves. On the flip side of that, I also think that it's fucking gross if I'm like, well, I lost weight and I know how to do it. And I could tell you, but I know what's best for you. And you really shouldn't do what I did because, it's just like bad for your psyche. And so I'm just not going to tell you. Bye. That's like wrong to me. That's wrong. That's gatekeeping. That's shitty. It's just like that to me is so condescending and infantilizing. And it's exactly what the patriarchy does. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So I try to find a way to share this, but without like perpetuating the self-loathing. Because here's the thing. There's plenty of, you know, feminist self-love, do good things for your body, whatever, influencers and people selling stuff who have no problem telling you, to eat vegan or practice intuitive eating or, the thing is that it's all shit. It's all like, here's the thing. The healthy way to lose weight is to eat like 1,100 calories a day for fucking 3 years or whatever. I cannot do that. You cannot do that. That's why you're here. Um, Practice intuitive eating and just eat when you're hungry and just follow your body's lead. My body doesn't do that shit. My body is full of shit. My body lies to me. If I practiced intuitive eating, I would weigh 400 pounds by this time next year. I cannot, it doesn't work. For whatever reason, some of us can't just be like, oh, I eat when I'm hungry and I just have some salad. I just have some mung beans. I don't fucking know. Like, it doesn't work. And it's very ableist to me to be like, oh, you should just quit trying to control your diet and just let your body do what it wants. Not all of our bodies fucking work. Not all of our bodies send us the right signals. My brain doesn't do that. My brain has an on switch and an off switch. I'm either eating fucking everything or I'm not eating at all. And that is the only thing that works. And it's not right to be like, oh, if you do it this way, then you hate women and you're destroying women's bodies and you're harming yourself. If you're starving yourself. Well, guess what? You know what makes me feel more starvy is cutting calories for months and months and months and months and months and trying to cut calories on the day and eat like, 3 meals that equal up to 1,300 calories or some shit. That to me is self fucking harm. Way more so than just like fasting for 7 days. 7 days. You can do anything for 7 days, right? You want me to do that shit for how long? Forever? Like, so anyway, that is how I feel about it. I just think that a lot of that comes from people who don't understand what it's like to be us, to be people like us who can't moderate. Like our moderator is broken. My system needs to be reconfigured. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I know that it doesn't work. So leave me alone and let me do what works for me, I guess. And if I share that with other people, it doesn't make me not a feminist, doesn't mean I hate women, doesn't mean I'm perpetuating diet culture. Like it's 100% possible to reach a healthy weight and still like smash the patriarchy. Okay? Like for me to let go of wanting to be healthy and just weigh 300 pounds and eat everything, that is not a requirement for me to be a feminist or to care about women or to be a good person. So that is what I wanted to say about that. And I hope that makes sense. But anyway, the 7-day fast. So I put this on Patreon in a short video, but I'm putting it here too. I ended up eating on Friday. So my 7 days actually started 2 days ago. So I'm 48 hours in now. So my fast will end on Friday. If you started yours on Saturday, that's cool too. What I will then do is I haven't decided yet if I will do a 1 meal or 2 meal refeed, but it may be two. It may be lunch and dinner. It'll just depend on the circumstances of that day and if I feel like it works better. But I think that it might work better to do 2 small meals because a lot of times when you're coming off of like a really long fast, it's, like, difficult to eat enough to feel like, "Okay, I had a refeed." You'll be like you'll eat half of a salad and you'll be like, "I can't eat anymore." And then it's really difficult to just roll right into another fast for 7 days. You're like, "Oh, shit." So, I might do a 2 meal, and then for the second meal, typically God, I hate the word meal. There has to be a better word for meal. In French, it's repas. There's so the second meal, a lot of the time, you feel like you can eat a little bit more. You just feel more normal, and then you can just roll right in. So my plan is to do at least 2 sevens, but the ultimate goal is to do 4. 4 would be dope. Like, this is something that I've never done, and looking back at, like, all of the different, like, fasting things that I've done a lot of 72s, a lot of 48s, tons of OMAD, went several months where I wasn't fasting at all when I was lifting, and so I'm about to lift, and so it's like, there's gonna be some months where I'm probably not gonna fast, and so it feels kind of like a good thing to just see how hard I can go, for, like, a month, and, yeah, so I've never done this. I've never done 4 sevens. Now what might happen, which can happen if you are doing a lot of long fasting, like last not this past summer, not summer 23, but summer 22 when I got like very, very, very low weight, I started to have issues with like what I think was magnesium deficiency. It's hard to confirm magnesium deficiency in a blood test because your body will dump magnesium from like your bones and your blood test will be normal, but you'll actually be dumping magnesium. Like when you're fasting hard, you dump magnesium like a biatch. So, actually, let's talk about that really briefly. Let's talk about supplementation. So, I haven't mentioned that yet, and it's important. So, clearly, you have to be supplementing electrolytes, and you can look at different ways of doing that. But probably the easiest way is to drink snake juice. There's a recipe for snake juice on Patreon. And there's just like a photo with the recipe, and then, or you can look at tags, like search for the snake juice tag. But also, like, if you're a Cole Robinson snake diet person, then you probably already know what snake juice is. But basically, it's just water mixed with potassium, chloride, and salt, and sometimes baking soda. And you can also do magnesium in there. I take the magnesium separately because I use Slow Mag because it's easier. Actually, it's right here. Slow Mag, easier on your stomach because it's like enteric coating and slow release. So this is cheap on Amazon. I just take one a day. I think for a while I was taking 2. So, look at that. Look at this. Have you guys seen my sunburn yet? Oh yeah, I showed you my sunburn. Look, I'm just gonna let it breathe. So, magnesium, potassium, and sodium are important. If you skip this, like I'm not responsible for what happens to you. I'm not responsible anyway. Like consult your damn physician. But especially if you are not replacing electrolytes and you might choose to do it in another way, like with pills, that's fine. But this is a really cheap and easy way that you can do at home. And then you just sip it throughout the day. Like you have to get the ratios right. You have to mix up the correct solution. Otherwise, you can either not get enough or get too much. And if you mix it too strong, then you can basically the thing that will probably happen is like a severe laxative effect. Um, can you do water fast for this long without snake juice? I mean, why? Like, why risk it? I guess would be my question. So probably if you haven't been fasting at all and you haven't been restricting anything and all your levels are normal, which you might not even be able to find out for sure, then you probably could do 7 days and be fine. But for me personally, I just wouldn't because it doesn't hurt you and it could protect you. So if you cool. So if you so back in the day, like this was back in like I guess it was like 2020 when I saw the video, but I don't know how old the video was at the time. So when Cole first got Maya, so Maya was this like lady from Houston, and she was 500 pounds, and he brought her to what he called Snake Diet Fat Camp, which was just a house that he rented in Canada. And he basically just he would bring people there and make them sleep on the floor and like just and be cold all day, and just sounds horrible. But the idea was just it was like you come here to just lose weight. Like that's all you're doing. And then there was literally no food in the house. So she was eating 2 meals a week. So she would do a 72 and a 96. And she would like when it was time for her to eat, she would walk her ass to the damn place and get the food. I mean, really good, like good strategy, honestly, tactic, I guess. But so um now this works because when I was just living with just me and my daughter, I didn't have roommates, fasting was so easy. And I was way more successful because there was nothing in the house that like so it wasn't like I didn't have any food in the house at all, but there was nothing that I couldn't eat when I was refeeding. And so it kept my refeeds really tight because like there's not like here there's just a jar of peanut butter in there. You know what I mean? And oh, thanks, bruh. That's really nice. I love you guys' comments. I don't usually respond to them because I don't know what to say, but I do appreciate it. People talk about my realness, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. I mean, I do, but also I don't. But thank you. So, if you don't keep shit in the house that you can't eat, then you won't eat it. Like, but if you keep shit in the house that you can't eat, fucking you will eat it. You will eat it eventually. It's a matter of time. So, fucking 2 days ago, right? So I'm having my refeed, or not refeed, but like I'm about to start the 7-day fast. There's a jar of Jiffy peanut butter. Did I eat that bitch with a spoon? I did. A lot of it. Because I'm like, I won't be able to eat for 7 days. Let's go. It's not advisable, but if it's in there, I didn't buy it. It's somebody else's. Just eat it. I'll replace the peanut butter. Actually, I need to put that on my grocery list. I have this list of groceries, and I was like, I don't know why I was in a hurry, and there's a typo and it says treacheries, but I just left it. And every time I see it, it just fucking tickles me really deeply. Somebody's gonna screenshot my grocery list and laugh. Not all of this is for me. Exogenous ketones is actually on my list because I was going to look at the store and see if they have them. I've never tried them before. Remember what I was saying earlier about MCT oil and how it gives you like a ketone boost and it can increase energy, decrease hunger, etc. Exogenous ketones do that. Why did my ears quit working? So I'm going to look into that. But yeah, just keep, if it's food that you can't have on a refeed, just keep it out of your house. And if you live by yourself and you can, just like kind of don't have anything in there right now. If you're going to do the 7 days, like don't have anything in there that you can't, like that's tempting. That's tempting. If you're trying to not eat for 7 days, like don't have your favorite shit in there. Do not, like for me, it's peanut butter, especially crunchy peanut butter. Don't have that shit. I know what you mean. I feel like a fraud when I talk. I'm like, who am I? Who is that? Why are you talking that way? Why is your face so weird? Why is your voice not like that? Why did you just say it that way? So for me, when I hear that, I'm like, okay, because I feel so weird about myself and I hate looking at myself in this camera. And it is all a real damn big challenge. But podcasts are so boring. I can't listen to I thought about doing a podcast, but that's just as bad because I don't know. I never watch my videos. I never go back and watch them. I've never, not once. I can't do it. I cannot do it. Once it's out there, it's just gone. That's why I only do live streams. I can't edit video of myself. I couldn't sit there and watch my face, like have to like pause and click where I'm like, like when you're in like a mid word and you're just like, can't fucking do it. I've done it. I have done it in the past. I edited videos and it was just the worst and I just cannot do it. So if anybody ever wants to edit videos for me for free, like hit me up. So what else was I going to say? Oh, so Right. So I get this question a lot. My sister actually texted me. She was like, "Can I have zero sugar Monster?" Yes, bitch. Okay, so here's the thing. Now is I love you. I'm not gonna put that up, but I am gonna star it. Um, so yeah, you can. You absolutely can. And this is zero sugar wild cherry Pepsi, bitch. Because okay, Pepsi is disgusting and it shouldn't exist. And we can all acknowledge that, except for wild cherry Pepsi, which is okay. Pepsi just tastes like flat Coke, period. But wild cherry Pepsi tastes like, I don't know, it just tastes like childhood. And they came out with the zero sugar kind, and now I have to drink it. Because I remember being a kid, like at the water park, like, where's my wild cherry Pepsi? Go, 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 go. Ah, fuck, it's so good. It's so good. So, yeah, I mean, okay, here's the thing. I've gone back and forth on this. What is the verdict, the final verdict on like, okay, this sweetener spikes your insulin and this one doesn't, and this one causes rats in laboratories and this one doesn't? Like, seen all that shit. I've read it all. I know, okay? I always, every single time I post a video about this, I have some fucking mansplainer in the comments like, actually, artificial sweeteners spike your insulin. Like, I know that, okay? I've read it. Some of them do, some of them do so less. Sucralose is the worst, and it is the best. It's the one that tastes the dopest, the illest. Splenda, bro. Okay. Here's the thing. I understand that having zero sugar sweetener might slow my weight loss, or causeth me to stumble, or whatever, increase my cravings, blah, blah, blah. But the fact is that I would rather fucking die, okay, than live my life without this. That's the truth. I'm going to drink it. I'm going to drink it. And if it causes me to struggle forever, then that is the fate that I have chosen. And I accept it. I accept it. Wild cherry Pepsi and zero sugar Dr. Pepper. I'm from Texas. Dr. Pepper is basically like our second religion after Baptist. So, speaking of Texas, Beyonce's new song. Oh my God. It's so good. Seriously. Tamara, the fast starts whenever you decide it starts. And there's a profound wisdom in there. No, it started, I think most people started yesterday. I started on Friday. Start today. Start tomorrow. It does not matter. The point is, we're doing it. We're doing it. So yeah, that's my answer about zero sugar beverages. Also, please keep in mind that like if you want to have some coffee with heavy cream, like I'm not mad about that and it might help you. Here's the thing. Unless you are chugging heavy cream all day, and by chugging I mean like I don't mean necessarily chugging, but if you're drinking cup after cup of coffee with that much heavy cream in the bottom all day, you might not lose any weight because at the end of the day, you're going to have like 800 calories of heavy cream. And if you're a hard loser like moi, then that might be enough to keep you from losing much weight, honest to God. So just take it easy, as Nacho Libre would say. But you can have some and like chill about it. Like, technically, I know, I fucking know. We are trial and error up in this bitch. We're not just reading shit on the internet and being like, there it is. We try things, and I've been trying things for damn 4 years. It's been 4 years. All right. Totally with you on the diet soda word. I know, like you gotta, and here's the other thing. I actually think that it might cause more cravings in the long run, but like in the moment that I'm hungry, it helps me. Something about the bubbles like fills my stomach up, I think, but whatever. Even if it didn't help me, still drinking it. Okay. Trying to think of the messages that I got and the comments that I got and the things that I wanted to cover this week. Everybody wants to know about refeeds. It I'm just going to repeat what I say over and over again. If you're only eating once every 7 days and you're going to do this on a rolling basis, or if you're transitioning into 72s and you're going to be eating only once every 3 days, it doesn't matter so much what you eat. Like, you could eat, like, a cheeseburger and some french fries and a slice of cheesecake. And if then you go right into 72s, it probably doesn't matter. You're probably still going to lose weight. The problem is, like, is that going to trigger cravings that cause you to keep eating for like a 6-hour chunk of time and devour, like, 6,000 calories and basically undo a lot of the work you just did? Or is it going to make it difficult for you to fast because now your insulin is spiked and your carbohydrate, hunger signals are up? So it's not really about the calories that you consume in that meal, because you probably cannot eat enough to negate most of the work that you've done. The problem is it going to causeth thee to stumble, in biblical language that I hate. So if you think it might, thinketh that it might, then don't do it. Experiment, like, try different things. So when I was doing 72s in 2020, when I initially lost all of the weight, I was eating the same thing every single time. And I do recommend that, because anytime you remove a variable, you just get cleaner data, right? So, like, if you know this works, then don't change anything. So I was eating my Greek salad with the chicken in it, bam, every 3 days in the morning at the same time. I ate it really early because I wanted to do it before my daughter woke up, because if I didn't, she would sit next to me on the couch. She was like 2 at the time, and just, like, snatch stuff out of my salad with her little raccoon hands. And I was hungry, okay? Um, so if you want to try just eating whatever you want on the day, then you can. I probably will. Uh, Reverse hirsutism caused by PCOS. Let me answer this question really quick. So I have PCOS, had PCOS. Um, I never really had the hirsutism very badly, so I can't really speak to that. I will say that it did reverse some of the symptoms of PCOS. Like, I'm trying to remember which ones they were, but, like, overall, though, at the end of the day, it didn't really fix the problem. It really didn't. I honestly think that I think that it just depends on the person. And for some people, they lose all of the weight and it just fixes everything. And for me, it did fix a lot of things, like all kinds of things, and blood sugar and blood pressure, and, like, literally my entire blood work panel, from liver function to everything, just improved. Everything got better. Even my eyesight got better. I swear to God. It was the first year that my prescription didn't get stronger. It was the year that I lost 120 pounds. But, you know, it might not be the thing that fixes everything, and you need to, like, accept that, or, like, I guess not accept it, but just be prepared for it. Um, like, my endometriosis never cleared, and so I did end up having surgery, which I kind of wish that, I don't know, I can't say I wish that I hadn't. It would probably I think that we need better care for women. I'm not gonna go on a feminist rant. I need a separate YouTube for that, or like a TikTok where I just do feminist rants. We need to study these things better. They just started using blood in testing menstrual pads, like, really recently, like the past few years. Like, what were they using? They weren't using menstrual blood or blood in to test menstrual products. Like, what? So we need better care. I would encourage you to find the best doctor that you can find and experiment with fasting. And I think that weight loss will help you a lot. It just might not be the thing that fixes everything. And so don't expect that. Like, start managing your expectations, and also like don't feel hopeless about it, right? Like, you can still get a lot better and improve your life a lot. And that's great. I improved my life a lot. It just didn't fix everything. Um, and congratulations on your baby. What is your thought on autophagy? Okay, so like, I don't get into autophagy that much. Like, if you want to go watch some like Peter Attia, or what's that guy? Huber Labs, Andrew Huberman or whatever. They get really down in the weeds about autophagy. And I don't care that much about autophagy. I'm not trying to reverse a cancer diagnosis, or like, I don't know. I'm not doing the whole Atia Huberman, I'm a human laboratory thing, like, in a way. But for me, I'm very pragmatic. What gives me the weight loss that I want, or muscle gain, when I start to lift? That is what I care about. And so the truth is that we don't know a ton about autophagy in humans. A lot of this, like, if you go look up these questions, which, trust me, I've spent many, many, many hours looking up these questions, a lot of the answers are it depends, or we don't know yet, because there just hasn't been a shit ton of human trial yet on autophagy. We don't have hard data about when does it start, and what exactly does it do, and when and what affects it, or turns it off, or turns it on. So I will tell you that the guy who didn't discover it, but he won the Nobel Prize for his work on it in 2016, and he has a Japanese name, and my bad, but I can never remember it because it is a lot of syllables and or consonants. But I will tell you that he specifically, when he's talking about fasting for autophagy, he's talking about dry fasting. So if you're really interested in autophagy, dry fasting is the way. And I will also tell you that I did some dry fasting in 2022, and that shit sucks. And I'm probably not going to do it again because it was that bad. My lip is starting to twitch because I've been talking for so long. Oh my God. No one needs to hear this much come out of my face. Great. That's really great. Yes, that's awesome. It did not save my fertility. Well, actually, that's a bad answer. I had already given up on my fertility by the time I got to this. I wish that I had a doctor or anyone who was like, "Hey, just fucking fast." But I ended up solving my baby crisis that lasted like 5 years with donor embryo IVF, and that's how I got my daughter. So she is not mine genetically, which I'm 100% fine with, because I have a whole grab bag of genetic predispositions that no child wants. There's sometimes where I'm like, man, it would have been cool to pass that on. But then for every one of those things, there's like 7 things where I'm like, nope, that did not need to be perpetuated into a new generation. She's great. She's beautiful and healthy, and I got to be pregnant with her, and she came out of me, and that was fantastic. No regrets. Um, but yeah, sorry, Avi, to go back to your question, I don't care about autophagy that much. Like, why are you here? I guess would be my question. And it's so easy to get really wrapped around the axle about these details, when what really matters is, what is the number, like, not even the number on the scale, but like, what is your body doing? Are you losing fat? Are you preserving / gaining muscle? Are you looking like you want to look? Are you feeling like you want to feel? And is your life improving? And those are the big questions. I'm not saying, I think autophagy is fascinating, interesting, and cool. It's just not something that I uh, am super concerned about. And so, and then the other part of that answer again is, we don't have a lot of data yet. The last time I really dug into it was let's see, early 2023 was when I was really reading a lot about it. So we might know a lot more by now. So you might just want to like Google it up. Okay, so I've been talking for 40 minutes. That sucks. Sorry about that. And I'm going to shut up. I'm going to remind you that if you would like to join Patreon, it's not necessary to, you know, do anything whatsoever in life. But if you want to, I have a calendar on there, and then I'll be going on every day for Patreon lets you upload directly 2-minute videos. And so I'm just going to do a fasting diary. It'll probably just be more or less like, hey, um, last night sucked. I didn't sleep and I'm really hungry and I hate everything, and have a great day. Peace out. That'll be my video every day. I have a really hard time sleeping when I'm fasting long and hard. And I took a Benadryl tonight. Benadryl is not good for you to take every night. So I don't recommend that you do it in general in your life. It's been linked to dementia later in life and other bad shit. But for 7 days, it probably won't give you dementia. So, and if it helps you sleep, sleep is really important. So do that. If you have questions that you would like me to answer in the next live stream, my next live will be at the end of this fast on the weekend. So it'll probably be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know what the weekend means. uh, so that'll be the next time that I'm able to go live. As many of you know, I have a very busy life. I'm work full time. My job is stressful. I manage a team, and I am in grad school, and I have a midterm tomorrow that I have to finish studying for, and it's super boring material. So yay. And then I have a 5-year-old, and she has, activities, and then I'm trying to have a social life. Like I'm giving that a whirl. Lots going on. So that is why I'm not on here a lot, but I'm really committed to this fast and this regimen. I want to see what happens. And I want to help you guys reach your goals. So cool. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And please leave comments or questions, emails, whatever, if there's stuff that you want me to cover. Patreon.com / Fox Force Fitness. Thank you so much. I'm going to wreck that midterm. It's going to be so dope. I'll let you know my grade when I get it back. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a great night.